Located in the Anantnag district of Jammu and Kashmir, Pahalgam is a gorgeous hill station and a popular tourist destination. Surrounded by lush green meadows and immaculate water bodies, it is almost always included in the travel itinerary to the region. And you can see why. It's picture perfect. Based on the banks of the Lidr River, Pahalgam draws many adventure-seeking visitors for activities such as hiking, mountain biking, fishing and trekking. I've spent months in Kashmir, both as a journalist and a traveler, and the territory is so rewarding for the visitor with time on their hands. The hospitality and friendliness of the people I have met is definitely going to leave me with long-lasting memories. When I first started planning my visit to Kashmir a few years back, Pahalgam was on the bucket list, but somehow I never made it there. Today, however, that wish will come true. So I've been to Kashmir many times, and I've always heard about how good the fishing is over here. I've never had a chance to go fishing before, but right now I'm heading over to Pahalgam to go fishing. Pahalgam is 88 kilometers from Srinagar. The road takes us through apple plantations and along pristine rivers coming from the Himalayan mountains. The summer has come to an end, and Kashmir Tourism has organized a 2-day autumn festival to draw tourists back to the territory. There are musicians performing for us, and it's a shame that I'm the only foreigner around. In the courtyard outside, there are a range of stalls representing Kashmir, with everything from embroidered shawls to homemade jam. I've heard so much about how strikingly beautiful Pahalgam is. And since it lies tucked away in the Lidr Valley, the night sky is pitch black. The conditions are excellent for stargazing. At this time of the year, the nights are chilly, and being up at this hour requires several layers of clothes to stay warm. As soon as the sun rises above the peak surrounding Pahalgam, the temperature rises significantly. New dawn, new day. We're gonna check out of the hotel, and we're gonna move over to the golf course area in Pahalgam and see what else is on offer here at the moment. Perhaps a bit of golf and mountain biking, but in the afternoon we're gonna go for a bit of trout fishing. Looking forward to it. Sweden was the last place I fished trout, so we'll see if we can catch any big fish today. The town of Pahalgam is rather small, but there are many shops selling trinkets and souvenirs for tourists. Perhaps I will stop by one of these later, but right now I'm heading to the Lidr Valley golf course. The course is surrounded by groups of pine trees. The conical-shaped trees frame the valley. I'm not much of a golfer myself, but I can imagine playing here would be quite a treat for avid golfers. Situated at an altitude of more than 7,250 feet, this is a proper 18-hole course. It is spread across 7,000 yards. Redesigned by Ranjit Nanda, this golf course was renovated and inaugurated in 2011.
It's all about Pahalgam, it's all about Kashmir, it's all about how beautiful Kashmir is and J&K is and what all we can offer to the world. So you can see that right now we are just about to start the autumn golf tournament here.
Are you going to take part in the golf tournament yourself?
Well, I am a golfer myself, but I am one of the organizers. I don't think I'll find time. I might hit a few balls. But, you know, it's beautiful. It's so wonderful. I was talking to the golfers yesterday and they said that this is easily one of the best in the world. In fact, there's some people who play different golf courses all over the world. And they rate this golf course as one of the best in the world.
There's also a rather large group of mountain biking enthusiasts here, and that is a sport I have grown up loving. The group is led by Rauf Trambu from the Adventure Tour Operators of Kashmir, and they are just about to head out for a ride.
We have a special segment of tourism in Kashmir, that's this adventure tourism. or we call it a recreational tourism, in fact.
Recreation? You call the adventure tourism part recreational tourism?
For those people who just want to have a taste of it, you know. We plan, you know, different programs for them and different itineraries for them. We are exploring a new area today in Pahalgam, the place called Bison. Bisons are quite huge meadow up there in the mountains, but so far very famous for, you know, horse riding and people, those who go for day walks. So we are exploring far-flung areas on the mountain bikes and then document them. You know, like what is the elevation like from where we are starting, what is the mileage like, how far it is, and then we document it, and then we provide the same information to a Department of Tourism. So then what they are doing, they later, you know, bring it on the world map, like, okay, we have this much product here in this place, this area.
They're also helping you with
Exactly, they are helping us.
Hello, what is your name?
I meet another cyclist who seems to have all the gear under the sun for cycling.
We import every bike from almost from Mumbai, Delhi, or from another countries like Taiwan, Taiwan, Cambodia. We can import these bikes from the Cambodia, Taiwan.
I can recognize the single speed up front. That's a really high-end design, and this.
These are,
you're really serious, aren't you?
And this is 111. This is 11 speed, and this backside is
111. And you also have the hydraulic disc brakes and everything.
These are the hydraulic brakes inside.
I like that you have a really wide handlebar.
This is a wide handle, and there's a suspension lockout here.
I see, nice.
This is a suspension
perfect
lockout.
for when you're going uphill, no?
And for uphill, it cannot go down. Then if you will on it, it will go down.
Uphill, downhill.
Uphill, downhill, so you can go. I'm doing cycling from last 15 years.
15 years, huh? That's when you get all of the cool gear, all the watch and like...
I'm also doing, I have a GPS of cycling, Garmin H1000 GPS watch.
Wait, so you have a separate GPS and you have a watch GPS?
This for hiking and this for cycling.
But yeah, I like it. I like all the stuff also.
Thank you.
In my youth, back home in Sweden, I would bicycle everywhere. 20 years later, I'm definitely rusty, to say the least. I better give the bike back to its worried owner before I break it. If I had a mountain bike good enough for this terrain, I would have joined in on their adventure in a heartbeat. There's no time to spare. The group is leaving for their trail ride right about now. I have another interesting activity up my sleeve though, fishing. All the streams of Kashmir are thriving with trout fish of two varieties, brown trout and rainbow trout. The waters of the region were populated with fish brought in from the United Kingdom 120 years ago in two separate batches. I'm going to meet with the inspector at the facility in Pahalgam to learn more.
Hello, Mohammed.
How are you, sir?
You're the man in charge?
Yeah, Inspector Fisheries.
Okay, well that must be a pretty great job.
It is a nice job here. We like this job.
You get to spend all day in nature, huh?
About 15 days, 20 days per month.
Wow.
We're day and night here.
How many different hatcheries are there around Kashmir?
About 30-40 hatcheries we have, and rearing quite a number of rearing centers where we rear fish and then sell to the local populace.
Do you also release some of these fish into the river? Or?
We stock the rivers.
I see.
That is when we breed the fish artificially in our hatcheries. We stock them in the upper reaches of the streams.
So when you come here to fish, you have to get a fishing license, and what is required?
Actually, a person who is coming here has to got a permit. One permit, one rod, one person.
I see, I see. Is there a maximum? Can you have only 2 rods?
In one beat, we can have 2 rods. Two people in one beat.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
So you only have 2 people allowed in the same beat for the day?
For the day.
So you're modifying the river to make it more habitable for the fish?
It is actually we are preparing breeding pools so that fish can live quite comfortably and breed there.
It sounds like it's pretty well managed.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking for Bilal. Have you seen him anywhere? I was going to go for a bit of fishing
Bilal is
with him.
there, fishing there.
Bilal Patlu is a pro at it. Growing up near the Dal Lake, he started fishing when he was only about 6 years old.
Hey Bilal, ahoy!
Hi man, how are you?
I find you in your element.
Oh my God, how are you?
Yeah, good. Did you catch anything yet?
Yeah, I just catch one, I release back.
I see.
Because the size was not perfect.
Okay.
So I'm just trying because the pool is here, it's so crystal clear. The fish see us.
Yeah.
So it's better I can move the other place.
That sounds good. Shall we go?
Yeah, of course.
Although the fishing season for big trout is officially over, we have managed to wrangle a permission for today only, and Bilal takes me to a promising spot.
He's got an interesting technique, Bilal, when he's weaving it in with his hand only. The equipment that I'm used to using back home is not allowed here. Wow, look at this, he's already got one. Wow, that's like the third throw. Oppa. Oppa. Oi, oi, oi. Look at this guy. Too small.
Also this one. Yeah.
You're returning it.
Just in the water, huh?
During this time of the year, the bigger, more mature fish are mating and are not much interested in seeking food. We do manage to catch a few trout, although not the big ones.
I will take this for the dinner tonight.
Perfect.
Yeah, have a good day, good time.
All right.
Let's move.
Thank you.
What an amazing experience! I would love to return to Kashmir and dedicate a few days exclusively to this sport.
Oh, wow. It's the same fly, Bilal. This one will return, huh? Catch and release. Yeah, we'll put this guy back.
My trip to Kashmir isn't over, and I'm already planning my next visit. And that is the magic of the valley. The winter is fast approaching. The early morning life of the local residents involves waking up early for their daily run to the bakery. Fetching bread is usually the first thing on their to-do list for the day. One of the most popular breads at this bakery is the girda bread, which is usually had with the mutton dish harissa. As the mercury starts dipping in the region, shops start selling this dish piping hot. This paste is made of mutton with spices and is generally had for breakfast, the ultimate comfort food. Enjoying a meal like this first thing in the morning helps the body stay warm. This boneless mutton dish is tempered with onions and dollops of ghee or clarified butter. The ground meat needs to be cooked thoroughly. It takes a whopping 12 hours to prepare, so the dish is usually left to simmer overnight. Harissa is one of the delicacies one mustn't miss while traveling in Kashmir. I've traveled in Kashmir extensively and met so many accomplished women athletes. They've been trailblazers in their own right, from fields like martial arts and basketball. Spending time outdoors is such a joy here. The lakes of Kashmir are a natural treasure and a gift for water sports enthusiasts.
So I'm heading over to Nehru Park first thing in the morning to meet with Bilquis Mir, who has been a national coach for the women's team in kayaking and canoeing, among a long list of other accomplishments. So I'm going to head over to her facility and see what she's set up in Kashmir, and perhaps I can even get a canoeing class or a kayaking class from her.
Bilquis Mir has been kayaking since she was 6 years old, and today she's the leader of the Water Sports Center on Dal Lake. I'm curious about how a young woman from Srinagar has managed to achieve so much. Surely she must have overcome numerous challenges. Right now, Bilquis Mir is conducting a warm-up session before her coaching class begins.
39, 40, last 10.
A typical day for the participants involves a rigorous warm-up that looks like a full-blown workout to me.
Chala Munir! Chala, chala, chala! One more round, one more round!
After jumping jacks and running laps in the park, the athletes move on to rowing machines to begin the first set of water exercises for the day.
Back.
Bilquis Mir.
Hi.
Right in the middle of coaching, are you?
Yeah, how are you?
Well, pleasure to meet you.
Same here.
Wow.
I start my paddling career in 1998 from this
Right.
lake. Yeah.
And I'm guessing that all of this was not set up back then in
No, that
1998?
time we have only 2 boats.
Yeah, 2 boats.
Yeah, and that 2 old boats. From 98 to 2006, I represent my state and have more than 25 medals in national.
Wow.
And later I represent country in World Cup 2009. I was the first lady from Jammu Kashmir. I was the first to represent country in World Cup 2009.
In which country was it?
It was Hungary, Budapest, Szeged. I reached in semi-final. That was a great achievement from India's side because first time we entered and we reached in semi-finals. That was my major achievement in my playing career. I was very passionate about water sports, particularly challenges, because in our society, people think women are weak. They cannot do like such kind of activities. Nobody knows about.
How was it to combat those things?
It was
really tough?
challenging, struggling, and particularly from Kashmiri girl to excel in international level, it was not easy because there was no awareness about sports, and particularly I belong to Muslim family and I belong to that community where such activities not adopted.
It's not very common.
Yeah.
What is it that drives you to compete so hard, to push so hard for it? Your
Yes.
family must be supporting you. And
No, before no.
No?
Because before no. Because my father and mother, they want me be as a doctor. Particularly for Kashmiri girl to involve in such activities where there's no popularity, there was no role model. They feel maybe she don't have a future in particular.
and
such
instead
event.
you became the role model.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
When it comes to competitive sport, there are many different categories of kayaking and canoeing, and they all require specialized equipment. At this sports center, the equipment has been acquired from some of the most renowned manufacturers in the world in order to give the athletes a good shot at bringing home medals for India.
Coaches are the backbone. You need, professional way. You have to plan very professional manner. If we start, what we need, like we need strength, we need endurance, we need flexibility, the basic component of training.
And you're incorporating that into your coaching
yes,
here.
I bring the children here, and children love to be in water. So it was more, more encouraging me. So I start from one girl. Now I have more than 300 girls, and I train more than 3,000 players.
Wow.
And from last 3 years, we have won 20 medals in national.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's
Thanks so
amazing.
much.
So you were going to show me the barrel roll, the Eskimo roll. How long does it take to learn how to do an Eskimo roll?
4 months. It's very.
It's nothing that you can do in a weekend.
See, we have to be more. When it comes water sports activity, we have to be more professional.
Yeah.
Because you are
Safety
playing in
first
water,
and everything.
safety and other things. First, we have to teach them swimming. At least, at least 50 to 60 meter, 100 meter swimming, so that then only we can teach them other techniques. Then I will show you one of my event, and in this event I can say my player is in number 2 in India, Vilayat Hussain. He is there only. You can see him there.
Let's see what he's capable of.
Yeah.
Are you going to have him do a barrel roll now just for us, or is this part of the exercise? These athletes are performing barrel roll after barrel roll with ease under Bilquis Mir's firm orders. And the roll without a paddle looks especially unnerving, if you ask me. Oh, wow! Wow! That is so cool. That is so cool. The group consists of sports people balancing in narrow canoes, kayaks, and even two-seater kayaks, where it can take up to a year to learn how to keep the balance properly. The speed at which the group races is very impressive, and Bilquis is managing them from a fast motorboat that's creating big waves behind her. The team members who get too far behind during a race also get to deal with the waves coming from the motorboat that Bilquis is leading the group from. She's coordinating the group like a conductor for an orchestra, having the team paddle circles on the lake until a proper workout has been achieved.
Chala, 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 boys!
After seeing all the action from a front row seat on the motorboat, I'm keen to give this sport a go myself, and hopefully I can manage without having to do an Eskimo roll. What better coach than Bilquis Mir for a quick lesson? I get the hang of the balance and the most elementary technique for paddling quite quickly, but there's more to this than meets the eye. Kayaking seems to me like an ultimate sport for those looking to develop core and upper body strength. It's a really demanding activity, and I'm already exhausted. The last part of my lesson is an obligatory race with this professional coach. I spent little over 20 minutes practicing, and I'm trying to challenge somebody with over 20 years of experience. Call me foolhardy, but I'm always up for a challenge. The part about navigating seems to be in lesson number 2, one that I didn't attend. I didn't make it far from the starting line, and Bilquis is crowned the winner. And she really is. Kashmir's kayaking and canoeing star, Bilquis Mir, is shattering the stereotypes and making India proud. After months of COVID-19 lockdowns, Kashmir has now opened up for visitors, and tourists are returning to the valley. The colors of the autumn are slowly disappearing, and winter is coming, bringing large volumes of snow to the mountains of the Pir Panjal range. It has become a bit of a yearly tradition for me to visit Gulmarg during the winter tourism season, as the quality of the snow can be world-class if the conditions are right. I wish that I can continue that tradition this season too.